Back here at McKeon Park for the top of the second. Aaron Meshulam now working with a 3-run lead, thanks to the Harbor Hawks in the bottom of the first.
And just a fantastic bottom of the first inning. You could see the aggressiveness they were playing with. They clearly are treating this game as a playoff game. And Darren Horn coming out a little bit rocky again here in the first inning. And unlike the first time these teams played, they're likely going to ride with Horn as long as possible, just because they played a long game yesterday. They worked through a lot of pitching.
The only caveat to that, I would say, is whether Ryan Smythe and Eric Luxus want him for the playoffs. That would be the only conversation that would elicit him getting out early.
First pitch. Fouled off over to first base. Blake Cavill making the play in foul territory.
But that's the conversation I think you have to have here for Eric Luxus and Ryan Smythe. What do we want? Do we want to try and go and grab this game, or do we want to go to another arm to start the playoffs?
Back over, another ground ball, back over to Blake Cavill. Reese Chapman grounds out 3 unassisted for Cavill.
And you got to give Blake Cavill some credit. He was able to eat that ball up off the ground. He was able to eat a first pitch today as well. Normally when we do our first pitches, it's normally one of the reserve players who aren't playing today. I had the lovely Carson Bowles. However, Meg Swenson, one of our baseball ops individuals, had Blake Cavill. That could have gone back quick. Could have, but don't worry. Blake walked out of there not a scratch.
Blake Cavill was, I think, the intern's #1 supporter during that little intro we had. After almost every name, he would cheer and yell something out.
He's a clever guy. Every single guy, after their name and school were announced, he had something to say about every single person, always cheering. Even saying that he loves the interns. Eli Putnam, 2-0 count here as Meshulam misses down in the zone.
Quick wit from Blake Cavill. And that's how he's been. And he is a culture individual for this Hyannis Harbor Hawks team.
And Eli Putnam, hard line drive to dead center field. That one falling right at the feet of Eddie Pelk. And a second batter gets on once again for the Gateman.
Talk about Harbor Hawks killers. Eli Putnam is adding his name to that list.
And coming off a really big night last night. Had the tying hit to bring in 2 runs to tie it at 9-9. Then had the walk-off walk to win 10-9 in the bottom of the 9th. The Davidson Wildcat has produced here in these last couple of weeks, but against Hyannis has been producing since the start of summer.
Yeah.
Antonio Jimenez steps in at the plate. First pitch swinging on the breaking ball. Jimenez, the freshman out of the University of Miami.
And what was a little bit scary for the rest of the West is Wareham was not hitting well whatsoever going into yesterday's game against Catuit. They had lost 5 in a row.
And that one spiked into the dirt, and Peebles losing the glove. Ranging towards it, and Eli Putnam advancing second on the dirt ball.
But Wareham had lost 5 in a row going into yesterday's game. And then they went down 8-0. And then it was 9-2. And you're saying, hey, like, I get you're in the playoffs, but is this just going to be a one-and-done embarrassment? But no, yesterday they fought back in a remarkable way.
Second largest comeback in Cape Cod Baseball League history.
And doing that against one of the top teams in the Western Division as well. So a huge comeback. That's the type of game that can spark a playoff run. And obviously Harbor Hawks fans are hoping that doesn't happen, but they can put up numbers and in bunches. So this 3 spot for Hyannis is nothing for Wareham.
Meshulam just missing with that breaking ball. Out and away, try to get Jimenez to chase. And the Gateman went down early, gave up 14 hits in the first 2 innings of play. Did a great job to come back, see if they can mount here. A smaller comeback here at 3-0, only the top of the second. Getting a great jump from second. Eli Putnam, throw over to third base. And beating the throw is Eli Putnam, now staying 90 feet away.
It was a good throw by Peebles, but at the end of the day, sometimes you steal a base off the catcher, sometimes you steal a base off the pitcher. That one was off the pitcher. Putnam had Meshulam timed up well, and it was only going to take a perfect throw from Peebles.
That's Putnam's 9th stolen base of the summer. 9 for 11 on stolen base attempts so far. The 3-2 breaking ball, count his front foot. Mason White at shortstop, throwing it over to Blake Cavill for the out, and the Harbor Hawks will trade an out for a run. 3-1 ball game.
And you'll take that at this stage of the game. You kept the infield back, which in hindsight, if they had been in on that play, it likely could have saved the run. But you can't play the game that way.
No, and you can't. And for Hyannis, they know with no one in the bullpen for Wareham, Darren Horn's going back out there. And you saw him really well in the first. Got to trust your bats.
First pitch to Nate Early, number 15, down the zone. Nate Early showing off the power in the home run contest here about a week ago. Came in second. Breaking ball has Early with a big swing, comes up empty.
And just one homer on the season so far, but 16 in his collegiate season. Obviously, a guy with a lot of pop can connect at any moment.
And the 1-1 changeup. Righty lefty's changeup well placed there from Meshulam, goes up 1-2.
Meshulam, not a typical starter for Hyannis, but a lot of long relief appearances for him. That's what this week has been all about.
The 1-2 breaking ball, couldn't get it back on the outer corner.
And that's what the week's been leading up to the playoffs. Finding arms, seeing what arms can give you. So if you make a playoff run and go some distance, you know who to turn to.
And Nate Early takes the hung breaking ball, and that is an absolute no-doubter. Where did that ball land in right field? And the second place runner-up in the home run contest gets his second home run of the summer.
Yeah, just a pitch that got left middle up, 84 miles an hour, and we said it, Nate Early can provide a lot of pop at any moment. 410 feet on that bomb.
Bomb indeed. Came in to the bat at 84, left at 98. For Hyannis, you still have a 1-run lead. Have 2 outs. Find this next out. Try and get through it to re-increase your lead.
Right-handed batter Parker showing bunt, drag bunt. Try to catch Natalo sleeping a little bit. That one rolling foul.
That was a home run that would be out.
Try and get through it to re-increase your lead.
The 0-1 breaking ball gets Parker on his front foot.
And for Parker, interesting story. Goes to West Point in the United States Military Academy. Got brought on with Summerhill being released due to injury and came in after his summer duties and grew up going to Gateman games. Wanted to be a part of it and is able to be a part of the team now.
And it's Meshulam sending him down swinging with the slider low and away. Wareham Gateman fight back, cut the lead to 1. Harbor Hawks get a chance to answer in the bottom of the second.